How does the pyramid apex relate to its volume? Imagine a pyramid sitting quietly on a table. Its pointy top, called the apex, is where all the triangular sides meet. But how does this little point affect the amount of space inside the pyramid? That's what we're about to find out. The key to understanding this relationship is the height of the pyramid. The height is the straight, perpendicular line from the apex down to the flat base. Think of it like a string pulled tight from the top point straight down to the surface underneath. This height is what determines how much space the pyramid holds. The volume of a pyramid is calculated by multiplying the area of its base by its height, then dividing the result by 3. The formula looks like this. Volume equals 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. Notice how the height is a big part of this formula. If the apex moves higher above the base, the height gets longer, and the volume gets bigger. If the apex drops closer to the base, the height shortens and the volume shrinks. The shape of the base can be any polygon, like a triangle, square, or pentagon. But no matter what shape it is, the volume depends on how big the base is and how high the apex is above it. The division by 3 in the formula shows that a pyramid takes up only 1/3 of the space a prism with the same base and height would occupy. Visualize a prism and a pyramid with the same base and height. The prism is like a box with straight sides going up. The pyramid, however, tapers inward toward the apex. Because of this tapering, the pyramid's volume is less than the prism's. The position of the apex is what controls the height, and that height directly affects the volume. So, in simple terms, the higher the apex is above the base, the larger the volume. Lower the apex, and the volume gets smaller. This relationship helps architects and engineers figure out how much material they need for building pyramid-shaped structures. It also helps in understanding how space is used in different designs. Knowing how the apex influences the volume makes it easier to plan and build all kinds of three-dimensional shapes. Whether designing a monument or calculating storage space, understanding this connection between the apex and volume is essential. It's a straightforward but powerful idea that links the shape's top point to how much space it contains.